Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how I transformed these locks into this super full boho look using feather crochet, but we're not going to be using a crochet hook at all. So if you want to see how I achieve this, make sure you stay tuned. Today's video is brought to us by YGWigs.com. They sent me over 4 bundles of their water deep wave feather crochet in 20 inches. Each bundle contains 50 double-ended strands, and the hair itself is Brazilian Remy hair double drawn. So that means you can flat iron it, you can wash it, you can dry it, you can straighten it, you can curl it, and you can dye it. This one bundle alone is super full, but as you can see, it's also really fluffy, so it is very lightweight. I will be using all 4 bundles for today's look. So for the locks, I did not lock my hair, but they do look really realistic. I found these locks on Amazon. You can get 20 of them per pack, and they are synthetic, but they have to be the most realistic locks I've ever seen. The ones I have are in 18 inches, but I think they also come in 24 inches, and they also have a wide array of colors. They come packaged with these rubber bands on the ends, but that's just to hold them in place. When you remove it, it is single-ended, and you can just put it through the crochet hook. They were pretty stiff and dry when I took them out the package, so I went over them a couple of times with my hand steamer, and that just basically softened up the synthetic fibers and loosened up the locks. If you don't have a steamer of any kind, you can always dip them in hot water, but you do not want to put direct heat on synthetic fibers because it will burn the hair. And I did count my locks. I ended up with 51, so I ended up having to get 3 packs of these locks, which was really inexpensive. I think it was less than $10 a pack. And then to wrap the hair with, this is the hair that I used, and I only used half of the package. To install them the easy way, I like to prep the hair first, so I pull off a small piece of the wrapping hair and go ahead and insert it into the loop of the lock, and I just set those aside for installation later. So I did kind of lie. We are going to use a crochet hook for this, but that's simply because I'm not a natural lock girly, and I just wanted to show the natural lock girlies how you can make this possible. But for the girlies who are doing this temporarily, all you do is just crochet the wrapping hair through the root of your braid, and then just adjust it to the length there where you want it to stop, and then just start wrapping. If you run out of wrapping hair, just grab a very small piece and continue wrapping until all of your natural hair is covered. The wrapping hair is so kinky that if you wrap it in the right direction, you don't need any glue or adhesives to keep it in place. It just stays in place. I also purposely did larger size parting because we wanted these to be pretty boneless, because we're going to be adding in 4 full bundles of this boho hair, and it's going to get pretty big pretty fast. Y'all see that? This is synthetic hair, y'all. It looks so realistic. I can't wait to try all the colors. Alright, so let's get into the fun part. This is how I install the boho hair. As you can see, the lock tapers at the bottom, so I won't be able to use this method on the smaller end of it because it will slide down. So I measured it so that the end of the boho hair would kind of match the end of the lock. Then I'm going to basically just loop it around the lock. Now the key to this is making sure that both ends of the thread come out on the other side. You see how the thread is pulled as taut as possible and both ends are on each end of the thread. The texture of the lock and the tension from this method is what's going to keep the hair in place, and you can tug and pull on it and it won't slide down. If I were to install it lower down on the lock, then there would be too much gap space for the thread to hold on to, and it will eventually slide. You also want to make sure that both ends are pulled all the way through that thread. If a piece of hair is just kind of caught, go back and fix it, because the hair itself is not going to hold, it's going to slide down. So it's got to be pulled completely through the both ends of that loop. Here's an example of what not to do. I did measure it properly, but when I went to loop it on to the lock, I didn't pull it all the way through. You'll be able to know if you didn't do it right because it won't lock into place. You'll see it slip. You see how that piece of hair is just kind of caught on there? I had to go back, take it off, and redo it because it was already sliding down. I did find that after a couple of tries, the best way to do this is to wrap it around as loose as possible. That way you can kind of adjust before you pull it taut, because once you pull it taut, it's kind of hard to pull it apart, if that makes sense. So yeah, honestly, I can't tell you if this is easier than using a crochet hook, but I would not recommend using a crochet hook, especially if you are a natural lock girly, because you would have a time trying to get this off. The other thing too is that because of the texture of the locks and how it is installed, it can be a little damaging to the hair if you try to save this hair. So it's gonna be kind of difficult to save it. You may end up having to cut the hair off and install a new set. But I have come across videos of lock girlies who have been wearing this look for quite some time, and they say they've been going, you know, a solid 3 months with all the hair in. And I'm sure if you're keeping up with your retwist, you can keep that hair in as long as you want to. But if you do get tired of it, you need to take it out, you will have to cut it out for the most part. And don't come at me, I did lie a little bit again. I did end up crocheting the boho hair at my roots, just simply because when I was trying to do it with my fingers, it just was not working out for me with my nails and stuff. So yeah, if you're a permanent lock girly and you're thinking about this style, if you crochet this hair in, you will have to cut it out. There's no unraveling it like the braids, babes. Here's all the hair installed. It actually didn't take me long at all, maybe an hour and a half, I think. It looks like a lot of hair, but I promise you it's not. It's really full and really light. But we're gonna go ahead and define these curls and tame this hair down. I just drenched everything with regular water, and then I'm gonna define the hair with my Design Essentials Curl Enhancing Mousse. This stuff is pretty pricey, but I swear to you, it is so worth it. I love how lightweight it is, and it gets the curls nice and defined and also tames that frizz down. So if you are a consistent boho person, it's a great product to have on hand. For reference, I am 5'1", so this style ended up landing right around butt length for me. This is a little bit on the longer side for me, but it's perfect for vacation hair. Perfect for vacation hair, especially if you plan on getting your hair wet a lot. It's always gonna look like it's done. Now, because of the texture of the locks, the hair does rub up against it a lot, so I do advise like daily maintenance, like that it's the first thing in the morning. Drench it with some water, define those curls, and let it air dry. Otherwise, that hair is going to start to intertwine with the locks and it's going to start to mat up. So my advice is to proceed with caution, but overall I love this look. As always, if you learned something new, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and share it with a friend. Special thanks to our friends over at YGWigs.com for sponsoring today's video. All the info you need about this hair will be listed in the description box below. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button on your way out for more content just like this. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!